Just like every week, just going into it, preparing, see what the other team does. I really see it as nothing new. I did the same thing that I did last week, watch film with Jake, Kirby, go to our meetings, and obviously this week with preparation, I get a lot more reps and getting reps with the ones. And so far it's gone well, and I'm just trying to build a relationship with some of these guys I don't normally get reps with.
Mentally, though, last week you didn't know if you would get in the game. This week you know your QB1. So does anything change for you in that regard?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a different mindset as far as there's a little bit more preparation going into it. I'm definitely around the facilities more often. But as far as going into a game, I don't feel nervous. I feel like getting in last week just gave me a little bit of confidence for this week. And if anything, I'm just excited to go into this game and play.
And breaking down the film from last week, I mean, you were 11 of 12, 140 yards. What did you do well? What things do you need to work on? What, I guess, kind of anticipation do you have for what we can expect on Saturday from you?
Just taking it one play at a time. Hopefully this time I don't dirt it on the first play, getting the jitters out. But nothing new. I'm excited to get out there. These guys believe in me, and I believe in them. And it really just comes down to what Teddy tells us all the time is getting our athletes a ball and let those guys win the game for us. So my job is just to do what Jake did and get our athletes a ball and let those guys win the game.
And Jake's obviously around. How supportive has he been of you taking the reins right now?
Yeah, really supportive. Jake's. I've had a good relationship with Jake for a while, and he was the first person I saw and told me right away. He's like, if you need any help, I'm here for you. You have questions, I'll be around. And it's someone I text often, and it's just another week, and Jake's helping me out again, so it feels good.
Any irony for you that your first start is coming against UConn, and that was your first game action last year?
Right. Yeah, I don't think I was as prepared for it last year, but that is ironic. I'm excited for it. I don't really see it. No matter who the opponent was, it's just another week, and we got to go get a win.
And then for you, just, I don't know if your family and friends are as excited as you might be, but
yeah.
You're Fresno State starting quarterback. That's what you came here to do. So even if it's 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever it is,
right.
Do you stop and think about that?
I definitely have. I've definitely looked at it, and it's a little surreal growing up, going to some of the games. And I'm definitely excited, but I don't want to let the moment get too big. I try to just stay in my shoes, stay in the moment, and take practice and preparation just like I always do, and don't let the moment get too big.
Coach told us the competition was between you and Jalen, and you obviously beat him out, but he's going to get first-team reps this week. How do you view that, I guess, battle with Jalen to, kind of now move up into the number 2 spot with you being number 1?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing, next man up. Jalen's preparing just like he always does as well, and I think he knows now that he might have a better chance to get in the game, possibly, no matter the situation. And it's always everyone's got to be ready, and so we're all watching film together and doing certain things that we normally do. And so it's another week, and we just got to take care of business.
You talked about this opportunity being surreal. Was walking into the Coliseum and actually playing against USC surreal as well?
Yeah, definitely. It was a big stage. I grew up watching hundreds of games at the Coliseum, and it was definitely. I try not to look into the stands at first, but it was a little nerve-wracking. And after the first play, I think I got the jitters out after that, and I kind of settled in, and I felt confident. And the guys were telling me to just play your ball and do what you normally do. So after that, it felt nice, and then the moment didn't really get too big, and the fans, it wasn't too much after that.
You kind of touched on that. Which players besides Jay kind of calmed you down at the Coliseum, or has been the calming presences this past couple weeks?
It was really everybody. There's guys from the defense coming up to me, telling me to get going, the specialists, and then going out on the field, the O-line, they're telling me we got your back, and then Mims, and just the playmakers out there. Everybody was telling me to just calm down and let the plays happen. So it was nice.
Can we ask you about that mustache? You're rocking a pretty good one for a kid in his early 20s.
Oh, I appreciate it. I've always had a beard, and my mom told me that the beard looks dirty, so I had either a mustache or nothing. And I was like, I'll keep the mustache, and I get mixed reviews on it, but I keep it.
You'll keep it for the full season, or is there like another story behind it?
No, unless someone gets a No Shave November going on, then maybe I'll hop on that trend, but I'll keep it for now, yeah.
Gotcha. And I mean, Tracy is, it's kind of considered the Valley. It's a little bit north of the Valley.
Right on
here.
the edge of it.
What is... I know you were a big Bulldog fan growing up, but are there a lot of Bulldog fans in Tracy? Is Tracy Fresno State country?
I wouldn't say so. I don't think people are big Fresno State fans. Tracy's a small town. People are worried about dairies and orchards and in high school football. High school football is big out there, and it's definitely on the edge of the valley. I mean, you go right over the Alta Mountain, you're in the Bay Area. So I wouldn't say that I know a lot of Fresno State fans, but my dad always took me growing up, and that's what I remember coming here too. And now it's kind of surreal, living the dream pretty much.
So what does your dad think about the opportunity in front of you right now?
He's excited, but I tell my parents not to talk to me too much because they'll start saying some random stuff. So they're excited. They tell me they're proud of me, and I'm just excited for this opportunity.
I mean, if this game were here in Fresno, obviously they would be here, but are they traveling 3,000 miles to see you? Like, do you have any family that's going to make the trip to Connecticut?
My parents are. My parents weren't planning on it, but once I got named the starter, they're like, we're not going to miss your first start. So my mom and dad are headed out there. Yeah.
Cool. Is it weird that you guys are leaving on Thursday?
A little bit. I'm kind of glad that we are because, you know, the time change, I think that'll help us out. I think last year when we went to Hawaii, there was a little bit of a time change and a flight got delayed, and then you kind of run into certain problems with that. So I think it'll be good. We'll get out there and get accustomed to the time change and just get ready to handle business.